NBA Today. So we got our first Woj bomb of the trade season this morning. So Cam Reddish is now a New York Knicks. The Hawks agreed to trade him to New York for a deal that includes a protected 2022 first-round pick via Charlotte. So the Duke product, he's only 22 years old, averaging nearly 12 points per game this season. So the Knicks, they're also acquiring Solomon Hill and a 2025 second-rounder via Brooklyn in this one. So in games Reddish started this season, he averaged 18.4 points per game to go along with nearly 3 boards, 2 dimes, and obviously the elite perimeter defense he's known for. So here you can see the full details of the deal as reported by Woj. Everyone got all that? It's a lot. And Woj joins us now at the desk to help us break this down a little bit. So Woj, what went into this trade?
Well, listen, there's a logjam of young wings in Atlanta. And Kevin Huerter got an extension this offseason, this past preseason. DeAndre Hunter will be coming up next year, who's a player they really value in Atlanta. John Collins, $125 million. There was not really a pathway for Cam Reddish to play a significant role there. And listen, with where their luxury tax is headed, you can't pay everybody. And so they wanted in the marketplace a first-round pick for Cam Reddish. They got it from New York. There's a few other teams who were willing to give them one, and now Atlanta takes that pick and they use it out to try to do some other deals to improve this team. They want to do some bigger things for a team that certainly got to the conference finals last year. And for New York, they get a chance. They take a run at a 22-year-old, very skilled offensively, who's going to have to get better defensively to play for Tom Thibodeau. He's up for his rookie extension this summer, but the Knicks certainly see as they try to, gather more young assets. A player in Cam Reddish who certainly offensively has shown, some real growth from last year to this year, and he's been healthier this year than he had been earlier in his career in Atlanta.
So that's what went into the deal. Perk, what do you think of the deal?
Well, I think New York, you have a special one. And when you go back and look at those 3 players that were at Duke at the same time, from Zion to R.J. Barrett to Cam Reddish, and you could ask either one of them and everybody in the Duke organization, he was the most talented and he's the most skilled player out of those 3. But when I look at this situation for us with the Hawks, I think Travis, the GM, he dropped the ball. And let me tell you why. Because Kevin Huerter had a great series against the Philadelphia 76ers, but it's not about Kevin Huerter. It's about surrounding your superstar, Trae Young, with the pieces that he needs. And with Trae Young, he lacks what? He lacks defense. And it's not a bad thing because he gives you so much offensively. But if you could have saved and waited out on Kevin Huerter and put Cam Reddish and DeAndre Hunter at those wing positions, now it looks a lot better because I think the expectations for Kevin Huerter is to kind of be like a Klay Thompson type player. He's not touching that ceiling no time soon. And I just think that Cam Reddish didn't get the foul chance or foul opportunity that he deserved.
Well, I want to also add to that, health is another concern for the Hawks because Cam has been hurt, DeAndre Hunter has been hurt, Kevin Huerter has been available, and he's made efforts defensively. And so I thought after a while it just got stale. It reached its peak with Cam as far as just needing his availability because he's so good on the ball with his hands and his defensive instincts. And like Woj said, he's gotten better offensively. And while Trae was out, he played some of his best basketball. So at this point, I felt like the Hawks felt it was the right time while he still had value to move him and get some pieces that the Hawks needed as well.
And I think what Atlanta would like to do is get out in the trade market and get a little bit older. They've got a lot of very young players. And listen, there were, a number of teams who liked Cam Reddish. The Lakers were still trying to get back involved in a deal here. The Pacers had talked seriously. Some others, there's some teams who Cam Reddish doesn't fit for. But everybody likes first-round picks. And that's what they got from New York here. And so they can use this now as they look to go out between now and the trade deadline and do some bigger things. I think for what their goals were, that first-round pick asset now that they have, New York's pick that they got in a trade with Charlotte, has more value to try to improve this team now.
Right.
That they've got a window here to, want to get better, get back into the postseason, and try to make another run at it in the East.
Well, and the Hawks are 11th in the East, and the Knicks are 12th in the East. So does this move, along with we just heard Adrian Wojnarowski say, there are moves that we know the Hawks, they have said, Travis Schlenk has said it, they are looking to improve this team. Is this, do you think, the start of them rising a bit in the East, Perk?
Who is that, the Hawks? I think it's the start of them actually breaking up and trying to go find new pieces. Now, I'm not Woj. Woj is great at his job. He knows a lot more than me, but I don't think that they're done, in my opinion. But I think New York, I think the Knicks, they have something to be excited about. And I'm going to repeat, I have hope. I have high expectations in this kid, Cam Reddish. When I first saw him, I ain't gonna lie, I said, man, he ain't it. And then I started to see certain signs, and I said, man, this guy has a ceiling so high that he's capable of being a guy that can average 25 in this league. Like, his talent is undeniable.
Well, and the Knicks and the Hawks, they both have ambitions of outdoing what they did last year. And so we're seeing them make moves, I expect, between now and the trade deadline to try and do that.
Like, subscribe, and hit that noti bell, gang. We lit.